everyone. Happy Sunday, and I am doing a book review today. And I am so excited to share this book with you because I loved it so much. I uh I have been in this book because I'm reading other stuff for interviews I'm doing, but I have to keep going back to this one. And it was like a treat for me. Like while I was on vacation, I'm like, okay, read that book and then read a little bit of this and then read that book and then read some of Lisa Gardner's newest book, Never Tell. And let me tell you, I've never read one of her books before, but when I was down in Florida, I went to lunch with a bunch of women and I was telling them about this book. And this woman was like, I love Lisa Gardner. And I'm like, wow, I have never read any of her books, but now, like, I am a huge fan. She is amazing. And I have said this over and over. If you watch me, you'll get sick of this, but crime novels are not my thing. I read them, I interview crime novelists, but they're not my go to. And I have a historical fiction that's just waiting for me, waiting like to be read. And I kept going back to this one and I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? You're like reading this book and you are loving it. And that's how good it is. It is like the ultimate compliment to Lisa. Okay, I feel like I know her now. Me and Lisa, we're tight because I just read this book and I just loved it so, so much. I'm trying to pull up because I'm going to be reading some stuff for you. But first, you are looking at the cover. Love the cover. It's kind of different. Not all of her covers have faces on it, but this cover, I believe it's the main character, and her name is Evie Carter. And I loved her so much. This story starts out with the fact that Evie, who's pregnant, walks in, just comes home, thinks everything's weird in her house, goes up to her husband's study, and he's been shot dead. I don't do any, I don't want to give anything away, but she takes the gun and shoots his computer. Okay. We find all this out in the beginning, so this is not a giveaway. Of course, the police come. She gets arrested. She's the one holding the gun, right? It looks like she killed him and then murdered the computer, right? But then we come to find out that Evie, her dad, also was killed and she was at the scene and then she admitted to killing him. So right away we are confused, okay? And the thing about Lisa's writing is like it's so character driven. Like I loved her. Well, because I knew that she didn't kill her husband, so right away you're like with the dad, I don't know, and his story just goes and goes. Okay, we're gonna start at the beginning though. All right, chapter one, she starts with Evie. She does a couple of points of view. This is also, I should mention, this is her D.D. Warren. The sun is hitting my notes. D.D. Warren novel, and she has written many of these, and I love her. She is the detective, okay? But the first chapter starts off with Evie. By the time I pull my car into the garage, my hands are shaking on the wheel. I tell myself I have no reason to feel so nervous. I tell myself I've done nothing wrong. I still sit there an extra beat, staring straight ahead as if some magic answer to the mess that is my life will appear in the windshield. It doesn't. Okay. And then we know what happens. Like she enters the house and her husband's dead. So when I went back and read that, I was like, oh my God, what a great beginning. And then at the end of the first chapter, which you guys know is my favorite, second favorite line. Sometimes my favorite line, but in this one, my second favorite part, because I'm going to read a couple. You'll see it up on the screen. Then, when my past appears on the computer screen, an accident, my mother whispers again in the back of my mind. Nothing but an unfortunate accident. I can't help myself. I shudder. She will come for me now, I think, and because of that, as much as anything else, I curl my hands around my belly and tell my baby, this fragile, fluttering life that hasn't even had a chance yet, how sorry I truly am. Oh my God, Lisa. I love this book so much. I wish I could tell her. She's busy. She writes a lot of books. This is her 20th suspense novel. I can't even imagine how she sleeps at night. She's like, there are plots going on in her head while she's sleeping. I'm telling you, this plot. And you know what I love is that even though at the end, I thought I knew who did it, right? I was like, I know. Halfway through, I'm like, I know. This is why I don't read crime novels because I always can tell who did it. I was wrong. And it wasn't one of those like a neighbor who was walking their dog down the park and then they end up being, no. I hate those. I hate when people write crime novels and it's like somebody, I hate watching TV crime novels where it's somebody that we get introduced to that's walking past the camera and it's like, oh, it was them. No, it has to be good. Okay. And this was good. This I did not see coming. Even at the end, like when I'm reading it, I was like, oh my God, my God, really? Like, really? Really, Lisa? And yes, yes. So I'd give this book like 10 stars. And if you don't like crime novels and you're like, I don't really like crime novels, I know, me neither. But you should read it because I say the same thing. And then when I read a really good one, I'm like, I need to read crime novels again. Here's the thing, I don't like bad crime novels, I just like good ones. That's what I've come to discover. And this needs to be a movie. Ah, she's had books turned into movies, so that's not like that far fetched. But oh my gosh, people, this needs to be a movie. This would be amazing, amazing. I can just see it up on the screen. So anyway, um, let's see. I did this. Oh, I've talked way too long, so I'm going to end this right now. Go get the book. You like crime novels, you will love it. You don't like crime novels, try it. I promise you, you will like it. I promise. I know. And if you don't, then tell me below and then say I'm wrong, but you won't. You will tell me how much you love it. And if you've already read it, tell me. I want to hear about it. I want to hear what you think. I cannot wait until her next book. So thank you for listening, everyone. Please hit like if you enjoyed it. Have an amazing Sunday. Bye bye.